Well, the party is over, is it not?
Yes, the party is over.
It took me 70 years to get to this point, and then we had a party, and it lasted an hour and a half, 2 hours, and boom, it's all over. And now, guess I got to wait another 70 years to get to the next party. What do you think?
No, not 70 years. We can do this, next year.
No, I don't think it's too much trouble. But anyway, we had a party, and of course, when you have a party, you gotta have some what?
Food and drinks.
Gotta have food and drinks for sure. And you want to make it a little special. If you always eat the same meal every day, and then you have a party and you have the same exact meal, not very exciting, is it?
No, not exciting.
So here's the problem for those of us that follow a low-carb / keto diet. Any kind of a sizable party, you're going to have maybe a few people that eat like you do.
Oh.
And you're going to have probably more people that do not eat like you do.
Yeah.
What's a person to do?
Well, we just have to blend and make, a balance food or a balanced diet, kind of, bring in, what they're gonna like, and then make sure that you bring also into the table what you like.
Yeah, I mean, that's our attitude. That's probably the attitude of most. I know there'd be some real hardcore keto people saying, well, if they want to eat that poison, I'm not going to feed it to them. They're going to have to eat what I eat. But that's just not quite, I don't know, quite human to me. It just seems like go ahead and give them their stuff, either higher carb meals, but that doesn't mean you have to eat them.
No, you don't have to eat them. Everybody will get, to the level that, okay, I should eat right. I should eat well. So you don't have to force people to eat the way you eat. You just have to gradually tell them, what benefits they're going to get from what you eat.
Yeah. And we actually had a real nice talk with one of Benedicta's relatives about how we eat and alternatives to sweet things. And she asked about honey, which a lot of people think honey is so natural, it must be good for you. But I said, no, it's going to raise your blood sugar. But anyway, what we did was we had a mixture. We had the high carb stuff for the high carb food lovers, which was probably more popular than the low carb. Then we had some kind of in-between stuff. So we thought we'd just show you some of the low carb stuff. We don't need to tell you about the high carb stuff. Everybody knows about that. The pies and the cakes and the biscuits and the rolls and all of that. So we're going to start with something that you may raise your eyebrows at a little, because we did have fried chicken. You want to kind of hold that up and tilt it a little bit so they see our fried chicken?
Yeah.
Right. So good old American fried chicken came from Golden Chick. And we both know it would be better if what? What was missing from this fried chicken?
Okay, not to coat it.
Right. The coating. Be better to have roasted chicken. But that's one little allowance. Being the beat diabetes guy, I can give myself a dispensation or an allowance.
Yeah.
For a special party. So I did have fried chicken, but I only had one piece. How many pieces did you have?
I had one drum.
Okay, that's what I had, was one drum, one chicken leg. So that's not going to break the bank. And another area of a good low-carb party food would be this one right here. I'll show them what we've got there.
Bowl full of cheese.
Cheese. Got that good sliced cheese. And everybody loves cheese pretty much. Low carb, not going to raise your blood sugar much. Then on the other side, we've got, what do we have here?
We have ham.
Well, yeah, we've got deli ham and
sausage,
which I don't know if that's beef sausage or pork. But in any case, these are low carb. And so the cheese and the meat kind of go together. People tend to like that. Of course, we had so many other foods. We bought too much, didn't we?
Yeah, we, had to feed people.
Well, the problem is you never know exactly how many people are going to come. And so we didn't do the RSVP. We didn't say, let us know for sure, although people generally did.
Okay.
but we ended up with way more food than we really needed to buy. But better to have too much than too little, right?
Yeah. But a lot of people came. It was a big party.
Well, for us, in our little way, it was.
Yeah.
So show them this bowl.
Okay. This is green beans.
You can't go wrong with green beans. They're low in carb. They taste good. At least to most of us, they do.
Yeah.
And so that's not exactly a finger food for people that are wanting stuff that you can just eat with your fingers, but green beans are good. And then we have Benedicta's special low carb
drum roll
blueberry muffins. Show them those muffins, or you can just take out one if you want. And
one thing is like I have perfected my recipe. Last time it was a little, crumbling. Can't open it. You can't do this. But this time it was so good. I made it. I'm not going to give away my recipe like that.
Well, and I told the whole Beat Diabetes audience that your blueberry muffins were a little on the crumbly side.
Yeah.
And
I had to work hard to get it back.
Yeah, you had to work at it. Now, these are ones that I bought. I think they're like Betty Crocker or something.
Yeah,
they're the mix that you make, and they're quite tasty, but I burned them a little bit. All right, and then we have a good old standby, which is...
do we have to show this one?
Benedicta does not like the fact that after these sit a while, they get kind of a withered, dry look.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Not very enticing, but they actually are still good. This is pizza made with a low-carb tortilla, and I don't think these were the most popular food on the table, do you?
No, it's not.
They weren't all that popular, but I had one. I had one of those and piece of chicken, some cheese, and I was doing pretty good. Now, you don't have to reach for the others. They're way at the other end, and I've taken pictures of them. But we had several different types of nuts. And I think the most popular were the pecan halves. And that's that middle bowl there. Did you have some of those?
Yeah, I had some.
Yeah, and they were really, really good. And then Benedicta's special seed, which is pumpkin seeds that she makes in a special way, and you kind of cook them up and you salt them, and I don't know what else you do.
It's a kind of a magic way of making that.
You'd almost have to, I don't know what you'd have to do, but she doesn't like to give away her secrets. With me.
No, I have to give her, it is like, this is pumpkin, you fry it, that's it.
All right, well, it's basically fried, salted pumpkin nuts, and when you do that, they're called pepitas.
Oh, see?
Pepitas. Can you say pepitas?
Pepitas.
Can you say it 3 times?
Pepitas.
Perfect. All right, and then we had mixed nuts, and we had the pepitas, the mixed nuts, the pecans, and so lots of nuts. Nuts are a nice low-carb food as long as you don't pig out on them. But boy, if you eat too many, not only will you raise the carb count, but you'll gain weight on those nuts because they are kind of fattening. So you got to kind of watch it. Did you enjoy the nuts?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, me too. I love nuts. I just think they're fantastic. Anyway, these are just some examples of how you can do a low-carb party. And if you invite only low-carb people, then you don't have to add all the extras. But if you do invite people that don't do low-carb, then maybe you have to compromise a little bit and buy them a few things they will like.
Yeah.
Do you think we're a bunch of hypocrites for providing some higher-carb foods, or do you think we were just being reasonable and doing the right thing?
I think we are reasonable doing the right thing because there's no way you will invite people to your party and then you provide only the things that you enjoy eating, and then they will be like going around the table and they'll be like, oh, what? Yeah. Can't see a thing.
And you'll have a hard time getting them to another party, won't you?
Yeah, they won't come.
So, yeah, we did provide. We took most of that stuff off the table. We didn't want to offend your eyes by showing you some of those higher carb things, but I didn't eat them. I was a good boy. Now, I broke a few rules. I ate later than I normally do, and I ate more nuts than I normally do. So cheated a little bit with that. But in terms of the foods I ate, they were all low carb, and you were pretty much a good girl too, weren't you?
Yeah, exactly.
So she's always a good girl, of course. Anyway, God bless you. Here's an example of a type of party you can have. I'm sure many of you can think of a dozen or a couple of dozen other foods you can have, but these did the job. We ended up with far more food, and everybody told us we, really probably went too far with how much food we provided. So anyway, it is my 70th birthday. This very day as we record. By the time you see it, it won't be, but as we recorded, it is. And it is 11:45, quarter to midnight. Why are we doing this late?
Because we had a late night party, so we're still partying. So many people have gone home, and we're still in the party mood, partying till midnight.
That's us. We're just a couple of party animals. God bless. See you again soon. Probably most of you know my wife Benedicta, but few of you know the amazing paths God has led her to bring her to where she is today. Benedicta was orphaned at an early age and lived with an elderly stepmother growing to adolescence. They were so poor, Benedicta had to drop out of school and sell food door to door for them to survive. As a teen, Benedicta got a job as a housemaid, which developed into a nightmare. She was required to cook, clean, wash, take care of the children, and she had to get up at 4 a.m. every day just to get her work started. Worse than that, she was frequently beaten. At around 20, she moved to the huge city of Lagos, where she started her own little business. Sometimes she prospered, but at other times she nearly starved and went days at a time without eating. At one point, she became so sick she passed out in her room and nearly died. She found herself outside of her body, and she was able to see the splendors of heaven until she was sent back with a command to share her story. One day, however, her life changed when an American evangelist came to her community to preach. And of course, that was me. The rest, as they say, is history. Benedicta has shared her life story in a recently published autobiography, and you can get it on Amazon as either an ebook or a paperback. A link to this book on Amazon is in the description.